Hey everyone, Jack Fuki here. As you can see, I'm not reviewing an airplane. I thought I'd lay off that for a while since I really haven't been in the die-cast airplane hobby for a while. I still have a lot of planes to review, so don't worry. So those of you who really like my airplane reviews, I'll get back to them eventually. I still have, I think, about another 150 planes to do, and that's provided I don't buy any more. But action figures is something I've always really loved. I still have all my original Star Wars ones. This one's no exception. This is my 1978 Princess Leia Organa from Kenner. Hasbro eventually bought them out, and that's why sometimes you'll see Kenner on the packages. They do their little nostalgia stuff every now and then. But this one is one of my favorite figures out of the entire line, out of all the ones that I have. This is not a secondhand figure. I don't buy these things secondhand. This is definitely one that I've had for over 35 years. So it's been with me obviously a while. So it's got a lot of sentimental value. I think my mom bought it for me, if I'm not mistaken, for Christmas back then. But whatever. I've kept her in good shape. The cape is original. It's not a reproduction. Same goes for the blaster pistol. Excuse me. And take a little bit closer look at her here. You see right there, her hair is slightly greenish. In some lights, there's something in the paint, and I think the way it reacted with the plastic, if I'm not mistaken, that makes it look a little bit like a beetle. You know how beetles have that color variation, that's sort of not chromatic. I guess like Volkswagen has that chromaflare paint. I know so because I used to have a Volkswagen that did that. And there goes the clock. It's kind of weird because I came out here because it would be pretty quiet. But anyway, yeah, something with the paint. It reacted. It's no big deal. She's still intact. The legs are slightly discolored, ditto for the arms. The paint on the hands is still pretty good. Her eyes, everything. There's no paint chipping. Truly kept her in real good shape. You can see here on the back a few little marks here and there, but I could probably just take an eraser or something. Now her cape is ripped, and also on this side. Like I said, I did play with her a lot, but I think that mainly, strangely enough, so the cape wouldn't rip, I would take the cape off. And I think from taking the cape off, it just ripped after, over time. But still has her paint on her belt there. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. Texture and everything on her blouse and everything is pretty cool. I mean, it's the thing about the figures back then is that they really didn't detail them like now. Nowadays they're more like little works of art, even if it's a stupid character. You got to admit that they do a pretty good job on making it look realistic. And back then they didn't really try to even make her look like, they didn't try to make this one look like Carrie Fisher. So but the basic idea of the figure is there. It's not going to be perfect, but it doesn't matter. This was truly designed for playing with. So some people go, oh yeah, those figures suck. Well, I mean, it's not that they suck, it's just that compared to the manufacturing techniques and advances that they have today, I mean, this was real basic. This is like one of the first mini figures, 3.5 or 3 3/4 scale figures that you could get. Star Wars really revolutionized how action figures and other boys' toys were even made. So it's pretty neat. Like I said, the discoloration on the legs and stuff isn't bad. Since it is discolored a little bit, I mean, I can't blame anything else other than age. But she's been kept together pretty well. You can see the measurement here. So kind of bring it down there. You can see that she is you know, you can see her measurements. Unfortunately, it's got that shadow there. Now, this is my first action figure review, so I'm gonna work on the format a little bit. But that should do it. Not really too much else to say. I mean, she's a pretty plain figure, but pretty cool. Sort of valuable, I guess. I mean, but I'll never sell her because she's got sentimental value, as I mentioned before. Move her over a little here. And that'll do it. Just stay tuned. Keep an eye out for my other videos, and I will see you in the next one. All right? Later.